What is up, everyone?
Hey guys.
Jill and Nate here. Welcome back. We've been a little MIA since our Utah recap video.
Yeah, a little busy.
A little busy. I'm gearing up to head to HOA this week, so Virginia. I'm actually going to be staying in Virginia for a week afterwards, which is the longest I've ever been away from Nate and the kids, working on a project with a dear friend of mine. We'll share some behind the scenes while we're there, but I feel like we came back from Utah on such a high.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got thrown into just
a downward spiral.
Gosh. It's been a few days since, it's been a while since, I guess, we chose to shoot this video because this is a very hard video to shoot. But if you live on a farm, you know it is not for the faint of heart. It is freaking hard. And I feel like what I'm learning in this season is like, I feel like we've had a lot of hard seasons on the farm since we've been farming, but never any that's like made me want to quit. This season, I've contemplated quitting in a few ways, a few different times.
This is her opinion, not mine, but...
Not like quitting the farm itself, but quitting some of the things we do on the farm. Because it's so hard.
Yeah.
We'll tell you guys the tragic stuff in a minute, but meanwhile, we've been trying to keep ourselves busy. Nathan's still working on this project behind us. You're working on like seating right now, right?
Yeah, I'm working on a little DIY bench seating at the moment. I was trying to use as many scrap materials as I could find, but I've got to go buy some lumber to complete it. So
he's gonna actually be filming his little DIY project to share with you guys in the next few weeks. You can do it. You can do it. But we've had the girls like walking around the farm collecting rocks so we can finish bordering it, which I think this is one of your big projects while I'm gone, right?
Yeah, this Charlie being in school and, how do I say this nicely, uninterrupted time, I feel like I'll be able to knock this out.
Am I the one that interrupts your time?
Just saying, there's always a different priority on the farm, and so...
It's not the kids that interrupt him, it's me.
I'm just saying, every day there's a new priority, and so I feel like I can't ever complete.
What a turd.
That, I thought, was a nice way to say it. Anyways.
Oh gosh. Well, it's coming along. We're actually going to be moving some dirt and start building out the beds here. If you guys remember, we did a video kind of sharing our heart for this upcoming season for the farm. Which, again, when I say I want to quit, I don't want to quit this. I was telling Nathan, when a crop dies, you plow it under, right? Or you start over. When something else happens on the farm that life's involved, it's just not something you can be like, oh man, that stinks, and you just get over. You know what I mean? There's a heaviness to it. There's a weight attached to it. It's just a lot. So we're still moving forward. I think we're just trying to push all of our energy. We've been working on the high tunnel, which we've kind of left you guys hanging on, but during the summer it was just way too hot for you to do anything with that.
Yeah, I had no motivation. So
our friend Caleb, he comes and stays with us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, him and his family, and that's hopefully by the end of the month that project will be done.
I hope so.
Is that the goal?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to give you guys a quick update and share with you why we've been a little MIA. We come back from Utah on a massive high, and Nathan's at a volleyball game, and I get a knock on the door, and someone had hit my dog, and they felt so bad. Like, this guy was so kind. I felt like. And we were in after-hour emergency vet clinics. One clinic told us it wasn't that big of a deal. Turns out it was an extremely big deal because he had completely fractured his whole leg, which was then going to lead in amputation and all these other issues. And we ended up having to put him down, our Great Pyrenees Simba, who's been with us for
4 years.
Yeah, hard. Gosh. That's why I didn't want to do this. It just sucks. You want to go?
So yeah, we had to put Simba down. Mom was still a little emotional about it, which was very tough. You know, we didn't get him as a pup. We got him as an adult. The previous owners had him in a small neighborhood yard, and so he never really had the chance when we got him to, you know, live out his purpose, which is a guardian dog. And so when he was brought to our farm, he immediately, you know, it was just natural instinct. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Started to guard the property, you know, and so the kids absolutely fell in love with him. Mama fell in love with him. You know, so losing an animal, a pet especially, even though a majority of our animals have a purpose, he was a pet. That's tough, you know, and I'm sure lots of you guys have experienced this, whether you're on a farm or not. It's just, it's like losing part of the family. And so that was really tough. That was, to me, the biggest blow last week.
Yeah.
And so,
thankfully, our kids were so strong.
yeah, they were.
I feel like they were so strong. And I think too, like, we've had animals who've been sick before, you know what I mean? It was so unexpected that I think that was, it was just.
Yeah. It's hard because he was in the prime of his life, you know?
Yeah.
He, I think he was probably 5, 6 years old. I think we got him. He was fully grown when we got him. And so I know he was over a year, but he was still young when we had him. So, yeah, that's just tough, you know?
Yeah.
I told the girls, we thought he was fixed. We were told he was fixed. But apparently he wasn't. And so now we have 5 of his beautiful offspring on the farm. And so that's what I told the girls. Just every time you look at these puppies, just remember Simba.
Yeah.
So
that's true. So that was obviously super hard. Not both. One of my dairy goats has been really sick. We've been on the phone with vets. We've been on the phone with every goat owner, breeder in the area trying to figure out. I've reached out to my friend who I bought the goats from, and everyone was like, parasites, more than likely. It's too far. By the time you notice them, when they show those rapid symptoms, it's too far to treat. So the day after we put Simba down, what a crap week.
So the day after we put Simba down, Maybelle passed away, you know, one of our milking goats. And so that was another tough blow, especially for Jill. She had a little more intimate relationship with the goats, and so
and now Millie's sick with pretty sure the same parasite. We are aggressively treating it. We're moved pastures, but you know, I was told when we got goats that they like look for a reason to die. Like, everyone warned us against getting goats because they were the hardest animals to keep, and thankfully, since we've had them for the last year and a half, they've been amazing. We've had no issues with the goats. You know, we do our herbal holistic wormer. After they kidded, we had to worm them. We noticed that Maybelle was more prone to get sick after she had kids. So yeah, completely devastating. Now Millie's sick. We're aggressively treating it, but everyone we've talked to pretty much they've not been very hopeful. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Especially since we see the exact same thing
in
her.
Horrible.
That we just witnessed, so.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. So, leaving the farm this week, not feeling super good about that. Obviously, I know everything's in good hands, but
it's been a rough few weeks, so you guys lift us up with your comments and send us some prayers.
Yeah, really, if you guys could be praying specifically for Millie, that it's heartbreaking, because we're doing everything we've been told to do, and then some, and feeling like it's still not enough is just a really crummy feeling.
Yeah.
because it's very obvious she's not well, and that
It's rapid weight loss, so day to day you
Yeah.
see the decline.
she won't eat hay. She is licking on the salt, so we've got one of those salt rocks. She's licking that. We're worming. We're treating for coccidiosis. Even though we don't think that's it, they still advised it wouldn't hurt. Like, we're literally doing everything we know to do. And everyone we've talked to has said it's been a really bad year for this in a lot of different states. But I guess just being a newbie owner to animals, when we bought this farm, we kind of expanded beyond chickens. And now you guys know why I want to quit. I'm not going to. I think we might, if something happens to Millie, I'm definitely going to just take a break for a while. Because it's hard. It's very, very hard. But that's why we have community like you guys who've probably walked this road. You've experienced stuff like this. And I think we know the only way to get through rough days is to link arms with people. Thankfully, our friends, Caleb and Deidre, we have family dinner every Tuesday. They stay the night with us and we work together on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And that right there just meant so much. Like, Caleb cooked us dinner and they just loved on us so well. And
Yeah, right in the thick of things.
Yeah.
And so,
so
nice.
we appreciate that. We appreciate you guys, but thought we'd give a little update as to why, you hear June yelling, we've been a little MIA, hoping to get in some content before I leave, but it's just been a rough week on the farm. Loss on a farm is never easy. It's always unexpected, and it just sucks. Okay, so I don't want this video to be all downers. I wanted to just be honest with you guys because this is just where we're at. And I think one of the things Nathan and I try to prioritize on here is not just sharing the highs, but also being very vulnerable in the lows, because I know that a lot of good comes out of being vulnerable. And if we've went through this, I know some of you guys have, or maybe someone will experience this, and we can lend a hand. You know what I mean? Life's not always easy, but I don't want this video to just be all about the lows. So what's a high?
Well,
let's find some sort of positivity in this week.
with any trial in life, whether it be an animal dying, a family member dying, or losing a job, or whatever, there's always something that God teaches us through this, and we might still be figuring that out. But, one thing I'm learning, especially with the animal husbandry, is when you start seeing those signs, jump on it early. The goats are not my thing, and so I feel like, maybe I didn't notice some of those signs earlier, you know what I mean? And so, through any trial in life, there's a learning experience. There's something you can learn from it and do better next time, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah.
But there's something that God's teaching us right now. We just got to get it figured out.
Scale back. That's what I'm hearing. Scale back in the animals.
We have talked about that because we do so much traveling. We want to do even more traveling in 2024. And so in order to do that, we really do need to scale back on our animals. The vegetables and flowers is pretty much automated here. And so we can leave and the automatic timers, take care of all that. But,
Yeah. For me, I would say the high is just having such a intimate relationship with you guys to where we can do a video like this. I know a lot of creators might steer away from doing something like this. Say hi. And I would ask that if you have anything negative to say, maybe you just refrain from that, because this is obviously not an easy thing. But it does feel good to me that we have community local, and we have community in you guys where we can say, hey, we're having a hard week. Say hey, friends. It feels good to know that when we are having a hard time, we can come to you guys and ask for prayer and ask to be uplifted and things like that. We don't take that for granted. It means a lot to us that we've created a family with you guys that we can just say, hey, we're having a rough time right now. Do you mind just lifting us up in prayer? So to me, that's really special. And I really thank you guys for being such a sacred space. All right, we're going to get ready for HOA. I leave on Thursday. I will be speaking. Well, I'll probably just do another video on that because I do want to share with you guys what's going on in the high tunnel. We've got cucumbers, tomatoes, so much cranking out right now.
Yeah.
But we just want to give you guys a little update. We love you guys. We thank you so much for being a part of our community. June, can you tell them bye?
Bye.
Say we'll catch you on the next one.
We'll catch you in the next one.
That's right. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye guys.